Welcome. The moral teachings of the Bible are greatly in need in our society today, and yet so many Christians think that we are under absolutely no moral restraint under the New Covenant. There is a form of grace taught that is better described as license. How often do you hear even gospel ministers say that the law of God is abolished? The truth of the matter is that the Bible nowhere uses the word abolished for the laws of God. Romans chapter 3 closes in verse 31 with the Apostle Paul asking, "Do we then make void the law through faith? God forbid. Yea, we establish the law." How do we as Christians establish the law? There are several excellent studies available on this subject from Bible Blessings Christian Resources at our website at BibleBlessings.net. The first is a study booklet entitled Bible Laws on Righteous Judgment by Dr. Stephen E. Jones. This is a 46-page study on the 9th commandment, "Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor," Exodus 20, verse 16. What is biblical judgment and justice all about, and what kind of scriptural Christian legal system are we to possess in our land? The author deals with that subject in a concise way, giving scriptural support. Next is a book of 248 pages titled Digest of the Divine Law by Dr. Howard B. Rand, a longtime member of the Maine and Massachusetts Bar Associations and a prolific writer and scholar. The author tells us that this is a book, quote, "that will clearly inform you about the divine laws, the law of the Lord, the commandments, statutes, and judgments, whose scope covers every phase of human conduct and all national requirements of governmental administration. While the Ten Commandments are universally accepted as the highest moral code, there are other God-given laws which define true standards of wealth, monetary regulations, taxation, interest, debt, and all other aspects of the moral, social, and economic life of the individual, family, and nation. We are bound by these laws just as surely as we are bound by the Ten Commandments," unquote. Next is a short work of 26 pages softcover in 2 chapters entitled Free Will versus Ownership, subtitled Man's Free Will Compared to God's Sovereignty, written by Dr. Stephen E. Jones. Its chapter headings are Chapter 1, Free Will and God's Sovereignty, Chapter 2, Ownership and Liability. Finally, a wonderful 194-page book titled The Laws of the Second Coming by Dr. Stephen Jones. This book reveals how the types and shadows of the law of God help explain the events surrounding the second coming of Christ. We read in Luke 24, verse 27, "And beginning at Moses and all the prophets, he expounded unto them in all the scriptures the things concerning himself." It is a significant and revealing truth that everything in the New Testament was prefigured in the Old Testament. It is also true that we cannot fully understand the teachings of the New Testament without the background which the Old Testament and laws of God provide. That fact applies to the second coming of Christ and events at the end of this age. There is a separate, more detailed write-up on each of these books on the Bible Blessings site by clicking on each of the book covers, and a separate video discussion has been posted on each item as well. We hope that you will avail yourself of these excellent resources. May God bless your study of this important subject of moral law. Visit us at BibleBlessings.net. Thank you.